as far as things like, Dave, what about no blondes on stage like that? Greg, come here. Where's Billy? Billy! Come here for a second. Let me introduce you to a couple of guys from the new band here. This is Greg Bissonette, drummer of the century right here. And this is Bad Billy Sheehan, our bass man extraordinaire.
How you doing?
Just goes to show, you know, sometimes you can't always believe what you read. Dave, what was the first thing that you did when you left Van Halen? And the first thing and the last thing and the only thing that was always and is on my mind is I'm going to make a rock and roll band. Steve Vai is the kind of guitar player I call, his style, I call it, look, Ma, no hands. And you know, what I mean by that is, when you remember when you were a little kid, you'd go climb the tree, and you'd stand on the skinniest little branch, man, the one that was guaranteed to snap off at some point in the very near future, and you'd stand on that one and go, look, Ma, no hands. Well, that's the way Stevie approaches his solos. That's the way Stevie approaches everything that he's playing on that axe.
How do I compare myself with Edward Van Halen? Well, we both play guitars. He's married, I'm not. No, all kidding aside, I mean, Edward is Edward. He's created a style that a lot of people are influenced by. I'm inspired by it myself. But now, I feel I have my own style, and I'm very happy to be in the situation where I get to express myself with that style. I don't think about anybody when I'm playing with Dave on stage. I don't think about what anybody else is thinking either. Tell me you're right.
People ask me, what kind of a bass player is Billy Sheehan really? Because there's all this mystique, you know, that surrounds him. He's been on the covers of all these magazines and never had a major album release yet until Eat 'Em and Smile, you know. And I tell him, Billy is the kind of guitar player, a bass player, that I call a white tiger. And if you see a white tiger come out of the trees, then at first you recognize most of the parts, but the colors are all different than from what you're usually used to seeing, see? So if you put on the Walkman or you stick your head in between the speakers and you listen to Eat 'Em and Smile, on any one of the given tunes, what you may initially perceive to be, oh, that's just the guitar, if you listen closely, you'll hear that very often it isn't, that it's the bass player.
Well, I have to say, playing in this band is literally a dream come true. For 10 years, since I first saw Van Halen play, I went originally to see Eddie play guitar, because I'm a musician type and all, and I found I was transfixed by this lead singer with his stories and his rap and his jumping around. He made the whole show so entertaining that it was literally a dream of mine to play with him. And when I finally got the call, it was mind-blowing. And now I'm with Steve Vai, who's an incredible genius, who's going to be teaching me a lot of things, I'm sure, with this next year, and some things on guitar, too. And our drummer, Greg, he's one of my favorite drummers.
Well, I used to play in my own band back in Detroit called Grand Circus Park, and we used to play a lot, you know, around town and stuff. And then I joined the Maynard Ferguson Big Band, you know, 18-piece ensemble and everything. But I'll always remember the first time my folks took me to see the Beatles. And I knew from the minute I saw Hard Day's Night and I saw those cats getting chased down the street by the girls, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And I had to find the best drummer you could possibly find. Most people, that means drum machine. So I found a cat from the Maynard Ferguson Big Band, which again sounds real square until you check it out. That's 22 guys sitting up there on a bandstand with one little schlep in the back going, follow me, give me the ball. So I gave him the ball. I said, get on stage.